Hello viewers, it is your favorite spoiler from the recap room. For more updates, stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you. In this week's episode, Guillermo and the El Alcazar guys were upset that Carol was criticizing their enjoyable custom of stealing young girls, and that 3 of them had vanished the previous evening due to Daryl's actions. Fede began organizing a hasty departure for Daryl and Carol after he reminded him that he needed to demonstrate his loyalty. The sooner they leave, the better. Daryl expressed a similar sentiment when he told Carol to get her belongings and prepare to leave town. Carol felt sorry for the girl Alba, who was offered up to El Alcazar, but Daryl retorted, "Who the F***'s Alba? You old softie, Daryl." Before accompanying Daryl on his quest to locate someone to fix his damaged boat, Roberto gave Justina a compass on a necklace as a gift, saying, "So you can always find me." They encountered Valentina, an elderly woman who lives in a distant lighthouse and was once a cruise ship captain. She didn't have much hope for repairing Daryl's boat, it needed a whole new rudder, but she referred him and Roberto to an old shipyard where he might find replacement parts. However, she forced Daryl to agree to bring Justina and Roberto on his boat trip to America. It turns out that Roberto is a fan of Bruce Springsteen and needs to visit New Jersey. In the meantime, Carol continued to strengthen her bond with Antonio, Roberto's father, who dressed her shoulder wound and disclosed that Roberto's mother had passed away in an accident, but he would not elaborate. The man is a true movie enthusiast, claiming that cinema is the record of humanity and promising to protect it for coming generations. He also showed Carol his vast collection of vintage film reels. Carol mentioned that it made her think of TWD's Jerry. Do you remember him from the Ezekiel days? Daryl also showed some nostalgia by putting a Rubik's Cube at a roadside memorial in Lauren's honor. "Once belonged to a child I knew," Daryl informed Roberto. "Perhaps he has a new one by now." Those two managed to locate the necessary rudder at an abandoned shipyard, but they also stirred up a horde of walkers, which Daryl killed himself. "Roberto, would you mind helping out a bit here?" Justina discovered a set of ribbons with her name on them among Uncle Fede's belongings when Paz and Guillermo's wife Elena were having a covert affair in bed. Was he trying to keep her from getting chosen? She wished she could help Alba, but the guilt overcame her, and she rushed to Carol in tears. She also thought of a solution. Justina offered to take Alba's position before Daryl and Roberto returned to town, and she left with the El Alcazar guys before Carol could stop her. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.